Ciao tutti, it's Tor Sagen. I'm here at MV Agusta factory in Varese. Behind me you've got a Armacchi MB326. Used to be a sort of training aircraft for Italian jet fighter pilots. And in front of me you got the MV Agusta Brutale 675. It's the naked version of the F3 that we tested earlier this year at Paul Ricard Circuit. Today I've ridden the B675, as they call it, on the roads around Varese. And this is, I don't know if it's fair to compare it to the Triumph Street Triple, because this is, hardcore sports, the chassis, and it handles so well. It's not soft at all. It's aimed more towards the sort of sporty range of this of the naked sports bike market, but it's not uncomfortable. But it's not as comfortable, of course, as the Triumph Street Triple are. As you can see, it sort of has got details that you're used to from the Brutale, like the iconic headlamp and fuel tank, with the sort of wings, fits perfectly over your knees. But it's also, of course, got the triple exhaust, as we know from the F3 sports bike. So it's got 675cc, 110 brake horsepower, and about 62.3 Newton meter of torque. And the difference between the F3 and the Brutale is that you do have a lot more torque earlier in the rev range. So just about 4,500, 600, 700 RPM. You've got really good torque and good drive in the Brutale. So this is good for a road bike. So you can sort of choose a higher gear. I tried in 6th gear, of course, and just gave it full throttle and from about 4,500 RPM there's a really good pull. And obviously gear down to 2nd, 3rd gear and it's got really good power. So I guess if you're in the market and you're wondering, well, should I go for an F3 or should I go for a Brutale? Then you've got a slightly less horsepower. The F3 has got about 18 horsepower plus minus more than the Brutale, but 110 is more than enough on the road, and it's got the same really good handling, almost the same handling, because the chassis parts, the swing arm, the tubular steel side frames is exactly the same as on the F3. So this Brutale handles better than its 4-cylinder big brothers. It definitely handles a lot better, and it's easier because it only weighs 167 kilos, so it's really light. So I don't know, the Brutale 675 to me is very close to the ideal sort of street fighter naked sports bike. It's very close, because it's just about as light as I want it. handles really, really well. It's fairly comfortable, not the most comfortable, but it's fairly comfortable. It's got very powerful brakes, and it's got Pirelli Angel ST sort of sport touring tires, which will last you a long time. So it's more economical. It will be cheaper for you to maintain than an F3. So, it's hard for me not to rate this really highly. So I do recommend it very highly. So have a go. It'll be in dealerships in about, in a few weeks' time from now. We're in early July. And have a go. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. And I certainly wasn't disappointed. So definitely thumbs up for the Brutale 675. Ciao from Varese. So I'm stood here by the front of the new MV Agusta Brutale 675, where you got the iconic front headlamp and very sort of high design naked sports motorbike. You got here the 4-pot radial Brembo calipers, sat on a Pirelli Angel ST front tire. Which is, for high mileage, good on the rain, wet, good for commuting, good for everything, really. And today, this bike, because it's so light, 167 kilos, the brakes are just very, very powerful. And at some point in the future, you'll have ABS option on this. But I love, the front end and the brakes on this. It's quite hard suspension, but I quite like it, and I know that this would be the one I would choose for a track day. Whilst at the same time, it's really good on, on the roads for your daily commute and that sort of stuff. It's fun. It'll wheelie really easily. So this front wheel here could be in the air quite a bit. It's got traction control. It's got different riding modes, and the traction control you can choose between 8 levels plus off. To be honest, I rode mostly off because we're not on a circuit, and it's been a sunny, beautiful day, dry, so really safe conditions, so I haven't needed traction controls or anything today. And I've mostly ridden in sports mode, and it's the throttle response is much better than I remember the F3 from Paul Ricard that I tested in February this year. So MV Agusta have been working really hard to make the electronics suitable for its latest generation triple engine. And on the Brutale 675, this is important because it's a road bike. You need the throttle response to be, really good, because you can use this engine, this version of the triple, from much higher gears and lower RPM. So you need the throttle response to be good, and I think MV Agusta has done a good job. Might not be perfect, but definitely passed the test. So I'm soon leaving this beautiful factory in Varese, and I recommend that you try out the Brutale as soon as you got the opportunity at your local dealership. So ciao from Italy.